Basketball fans, welcome back. So I saw the Kenya Morans national team list drop yesterday. It was made public by the Kenya Basketball Federation. And in this video, I am going to be talking about the list, the way that they've decided to construct this team, their coaching staff, which have been very vocal for the past 1.5 months, and also their chances at qualifying. So before we get started, like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified. I mean, I'm loving the support I'm receiving on this channel, and it's motivating me to pump out these types of videos. So let's get straight into the business of the day. So we have the Kenya Morans team list. So a quick glance of this list, you'll see some players missing, and these are players that are part of the next generation of players that are supposed to take over the national team. But no, the Kenya Basketball Federation decided to bungle the list like they are used and accustomed to. So notable people who I saw that they're not on the list. I've seen Kennedy Washir is not on the list. Ariel Ortega is not on the list. And somebody that I was really hoping that he will get considered to be put on the list was Dismas. So I really hope that he was going to be put in this go around. But hey, it is what it is. These guys just decide to put or whoever they want and at their comfort, even if it comes to the expense of the offense that we have. So I've put this team list on the screen as you can see it, and I can say there are too many mixed reactions and opinions when it comes to this list. On one hand, I'm seeing people say we're gonna get beat regardless of who we put there, and I'm seeing another camp say this is the strongest list that the Kenyan Basketball Federation and the Team Morans have had in recent times. So I'm going to debunk these two and explain to you the list as it is and what impact these players might have when it comes down to qualifying. Because remember, there's 15 slots up for grabs, and we have to put our best foot forward in terms of qualifying and being a team that is going to go ahead and make history. So Victor Bosire is the captain, and I saw Telaongo is the assistant captain, and I saw Griffin Ligari there. So I want to start with these two guys, Victor Bosire and Griffin Ligari, just to get them out of the way, because these are people who are, number one, unreliable, they're not serviceable, can't play defense, and they're a liability to the team in general, and they do not impact to wins. So those are very key things that I've mentioned that these two people exhibit. And even in the previous analysis, I've talked about their productivity. And I can say Coach Cliff being on the being on the coaching staff is a huge L. And I'm going to come back to him. But these two have shown that they lack the ability to do anything on the court. And I feel very bad because, those two spots of Victor Bosire and Griffin Ligari, you will have put Kennedy Washira and Ariel Ortega, people who are very productive on those positions, and they can really help you down the stretch. Okay, you have decided to go with them. Now let's see how they're going to be utilized, because the person who's going to get the short end of the stick with Victor Bosire and Griffin being there is Eugene Adera. So Eugene Adera is our next gen point guard, somebody who the team should consider at the starting point guard position. But because of the way the team is being bungled and being handled, you will see somebody like Griffin, somebody like Bosire being there. Bosire has never done anything impactful to the Kenya Morans, and I can arguably say he is somebody who is a waste of a roster spot. Griffin, he's too old for anything. Even I told you people in multiple videos, countless times, I said the Nairobi City Thunder, they noticed and they made plans well in advance to make sure that they have covered the point guard position. And that's the reason as to why they went ahead and got Eugene Adera and UC in the off-season to be able to have quality at the point guard position. So the reason as to why I stress that Griffin Ligari is not the man who's supposed to be on that team is because, number one, his age is too old. This is a person who, when it matters, he can't shoot, can't defend, can't score, can't facilitate and make others better, and is an overall liability and does not impact the game. And for somebody who plays the point guard position, This is a man that lacks creativity and he can't facilitate when it counts. So he's not a person who can even go to the free throw line. He doesn't know how to draw fouls and get to the line. So when you have somebody like that on the team, it's a net negative, and they are better off not being on that team. Now, Victor Bosire, same case, they're cut from the same cloth. And the reason as to why I think they have been put in this list is because Coach Cliff, being the incompetent failure and loser that he is, will rely heavily on Bosire and Griffin because he doesn't want to have Eugene Adera on the court. I've mentioned, and I covered it before, and I said there's been a ground fallout between Eugene Adera and Coach Cliff. And I can even say that's the reason as to why Eugene left KPA when Coach Cliff came. And there's a reason as to why Eugene did not play the last 2 games against Nigeria and Tunisia in the AfroChan of 2023. And last year's go-around, there's always been that tension that was there. And I'm going to see him get the short end of the stick because Eugene is a next-gen point guard and he has to get reps and he has to have the ball in his hands to facilitate, and he's very good at it. Yes, he's not a very efficient shooter like that, but he's somebody who can go draw fouls and get to the line, something that Bosire and Griffin can't do. Now, I've gotten onto Griffin and Bosire. Now, I'm so happy to see Tyler Ongwae on the team. He announced that he was coming back. It's been 4 years since you have seen Tyler Ongwae play, and I know we saw flashes of him playing for the Nderitu Thunder in the Road to Bal, and I can see it was a feel-good moment. But remember, the last time Tyler Ongwae played for the Kenya Morans actively was in 2021. And the last game he played against was in the Afrobasket, and they played South Sudan. They got eliminated in the quarterfinals. So there's going to be some bit of rust when it comes to continental basketball for Tyler Ongwae, and he's playing for Team Kenya. You have seen him play for the Nderitu Thunder, where he was solid and he was good. I saw some bit of changes in his game. He is more of he goes and takes like a bunch of high volume threes like that, and occasionally goes to the free throw. So he's somebody that is very good, and I am very comfortable having him, Tyler Ongwae, Derek Ogechi, Albert Odero, Eugene Adera. Those 4 guys, they are the ones that are going to help this team to be able to get to that level. Because when you have such people who are willing to go ahead and attack and not be afraid of any opposition, that is what is going to propel us in qualifying. I know the teams that you're going to match up against, Tunisia, Angola, and Guinea, they are teams that are not pushover teams and are going to, force us to go ahead and adjust and play basketball. But I have my trust in those 4 guys. Now, there was another thing that I also noticed, our front court players. So I saw Desmond Owili there, Bushwa Mukota, I saw Bramwell there, and Fidel Okoth, and also Salim Kisilu. Salim Kisilu, this is his debut. So we're going to see what he's going to produce for the national team this weekend. But we've seen Desmond Owili, Bushwa Mukota, Bram. So there's one big glaring question that I have for even our front court. Do we have enough to be able to rebound, work on the post, box out, all those things? Because those are the things that are looked into when you have our front court players. So one thing I've seen is it's not even about skill when it comes to the Kenya Morans front court. It's just about size, and they think that they can intimidate the other teams. Now, the last time we saw Bush play for Team Kenya was in the AfroChan of 2023. And since then, the man has fell off a cliff. I saw him play in the BAL Sahara Conference when he was playing for APR, but he barely played anything, and he was virtually useless for APR, and that's the reason as to why they let him go. And right now, as we speak, the man is a shell of his former self. I don't think people have that confidence in Bush anymore because he's not that guy who can be able to grab rebounds for you at an efficient way. And also, he doesn't even have the footwork to be able to work the post. So those are things that are glaring, and those are the things that are going to set us back. Can you rebound the ball with him? Does this person understand how to set screens? Does he know how to do basic pick and rolls? Does he have this footwork that can be able to help him work in the post? Those are the questions that I've asked for so many years when I've been covering Kenya Morans basketball, and those are the things that we keep missing every single time. And the same case for Desmond Owili. So Desmond Owili, you saw him play last year, and I must say this man was getting physically pushed around and beat down by Tunisia's frontcourt players and Angola. And I'm going to mention Gilson Bango because this guy was cooking him. Like Gilson Bango was cooking Desmond Owili, and Desmond Owili couldn't do anything. In all the minutes that Desmond Owili played, he couldn't be able to grab rebounds efficiently. Even second chance points, you couldn't. Now, though, I mean, it's sad. Fidel Okoth, same case. I mean, it's a basket case of somebody who you don't even know what to expect when it comes to him. And the bar has been set too low for these guys. Bramwell, he struggles to even grab the basketball with two hands. He struggled. He couldn't get the basketball. And in the Afrochan, we saw it in the FIBA Afrobasket window 1 that happened last year. We couldn't get any production from him. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. Then, last but not least, you have Joel Ewich. So Joel Ewich has not been on the national team training camp in Nairobi. So these are the players who are going to fly in direct to the tournament. And let me tell you, this is a recipe for failure because there's no chemistry that has been built. Even I saw an interview that Joel Ewich did, a post-game presser, when they played against the Mozambique team. I believe it was Mozambique. He said, there's not enough team chemistry. But why did you say that? Yet you fly in a day before the tournament and you want to go ahead and play for the team. So it's so conflicting. And also another mention, I saw this other guy, Ian Ochieng. He flew all the way from the US and he didn't even get to be on the team. So I can say this guy just took the worst L possible. This guy wasted his airfare, wasted his time, not even to be called. I don't know if KBF footed the bill for him or he footed the bill himself. But let me tell you, I mean, this is the reason as to why the international players, the Kenyans who play abroad, don't want to come and play for us. Because they're going to get screwed over like this guy. This guy flew in from the US directly here. He looked like he was going to be on that team. Lo and behold, he didn't even make the final cut on the list. So there's that. So that was a gut punch. And I mean, I think with that one, we've seen a couple of bright spots when it comes to other players. Like we have seen Derek Ogechi, Alberto Dare, and Eugene Adera. I've seen those guys just be one of those key players that we very really much need to play at that level so that they can make us win. Because for the longest time, when you depend on people like Griffin, Victor Bosire, these are useless players who have no fight, they have no desire. So you need some players who have the ability to go ahead and challenge, and be able to put their country on their backs and be able to go ahead and help make us qualify. That's the thing. So that's the whole team list. And now let me get onto the coaching because this is very important. So Coach Cliff is a certified loser, failure, and an incompetent person who should never be in this position. And the reason as to why I say this is because if you look at this guy's record through the years, you will quickly see that this man is a failure. This is somebody who cannot win games for you. This is somebody I have documented and I've been very vocal for the past month and a half prior to even the Kenya Morans getting to this tournament. I called for this guy's sacking 2020 after 2023, even 2022 in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. I said this guy needs to go. 2023, after the Afrochan, I said after a 6th place finish, this guy has to go. They still kept him. In 2024, I called for this guy's sacking. He's still on the team. He's still the coach that is being looked at. And right now, as we speak in 2025, he's still in that position, and he's going to do it again. And the thing is, people don't understand is why does KBF insist on having this coach there? And after months of and years of talking about this person and looking at how the Kenya Basketball Federation is constructed and how things are conducted, I came to realize one thing. no competent coach in their right mind will allow to be subjected to the type of disrespect that comes from the Kenya Basketball Federation in reference to our national team. Nobody wants to coach this team, and nobody's willing to go above and beyond to even seek for an opportunity to coach this team. The reason being is the coach has no power, the team management has no power, the Kenya Basketball Federation, people who do not know anything about basketball, the officials who pose as basketball savants who are very empty-headed, they go ahead and create a list and they present it to the coach. And the coach is left with the short end of the stick and he doesn't even know how to operate. So that's the main thing that is driving competent coaches and team managers away. Because there are other options available. You have Brad Ibbs, who coaches the Nderitu Thunder. But one thing I can't say it full confidence, but one thing, a theory that I can say is this. Brad Ibbs saw this situation and he said, I don't want to be part of this, because he has had a very competent and successful run when he's coaching the Nderitu Thunder. He doesn't want to screw it up with a bad outing when he's playing and he's coaching the Kenya Morans national team. And this is the reason as to why we're stuck with Coach Cliff. It's not like there's not another competent person who's going to show up and coach. It's just that the people who are available, who are top quality, do not want this situation. And that's the reason as to why they are scrambling to get people. Now, because we've understand and debunked that Coach Cliff is a certified loser who should not even have a job at this point, understand that this man was fired by APR. APR did not want this person, and they saw the type of philosophy that he had, and it doesn't work. Now, with that out of the way, now our loser coach in Coach Cliff War will be tasked in managing this team to make sure that we are successful. Looking at what happened last year, we saw several players not even being able to suit up. There's a high likelihood that Bramwell is not going to play, Salim Kisilu is not going to play, and we are going to have these legacy players playing the most minutes. Victor Bosir is going to play heavy minutes. Griffin is going to play heavy minutes with virtually no production. I feel bad for the new guys like Salim Kisilu because he's not going to get a shot. Salim Kisilu, go ask, if I know you're going to watch this video and any other federation official is going to watch this video, go ask Fahim Juma what happened, ask Ariel Ortega what happened, go ask them what happened to them when they played. They didn't even play a minute. There are players who are DNPs, like Bramwell was listed as a DNP in a game. Because Coach Cliff has very poor coaching, in-game management. Even the assistant coaches that are there are very useless. Ansett, very useless. This Robert Mugabe guy who came in out of nowhere, I don't think he has what it takes to do anything. So you see, we have an issue of self-sabotage in the team, which nobody wants to go ahead and address. I mean, I can go on and on, but I mean, we're going to have a very, very tough time playing against Tunisia, Angola, and Guinea. And the only realistic win right now we have is Guinea. These two other teams that have already caught on with who Coach Cliff is and how he plays, it's going to be difficult. So, yeah, man, I'm going to come back with another video talking about things that I've seen in the Kenya Morans. So stay tuned to that. So that's all I got for you guys. I know this video has been long, but anyway, it is what it is. So like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.